the peak, about 4,500 tweets per minute. The same as the other the debates.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's interesting because people maybe weren't so excited about this to begin with, but then they sort of got more and more excited. It got quite feisty part way through. People sort of thought, well, I better switch on and see what's happening here.
Does it amaze you that people are sitting at home watching a debate and still they're socially media active as well?
Do you know, it really doesn't. I actually think debates like this might be a little bit dry if you didn't have social media there in the background. So you're kind of listening to it's everyone in the pub, it's all of your friends, and it's your wittiest friends, and it's also journalists with analysis and figures, you know.
And you're engaging with the debate, and you're engaging with other social media users
Exactly.
at home. It's sort of tailed off now, about 3,500 tweets per minute. Who have they been talking about? The trend graph. Which party is dominating discussion? This is interesting because this is very different to the previous debates. Talk us through these, Jennifer.
Yeah, what's interesting about this one is the mix between Conservative and Labour, and particularly because the Conservatives weren't even there and they're still being talked about the most, which is, on the one hand, a win because all mentions are good, on the other hand, probably not a win because a lot of people are saying, where are you? Why aren't you here? Yeah,
and the Lib Dems as well. They weren't represented tonight, and not so many people talking about those. And the SNP, that was very different last time round. Nicola Sturgeon dominated social media chatter, not so much this time.
Yeah, well, I think last time she was a bit of an unknown, and then she sort of had this kind of standout, breakout performance, which this time you were expecting it from her, so maybe you're a little bit disappointed if you didn't get this amazing, huge moment of, gosh, who's this amazing leader?
We know who they were talking about. What were they saying? Let's talk through this. This is the one they actually care about. This is what David Cameron, Ed Miliband and others, they want to know what's being said about them. How have they been perceived tonight, even the ones who weren't there?
Yeah, well, it's kind of a shame, actually, for Ed Miliband when you look at this one, because, you know, he's at 8% positive, which is less than Nigel Farage, and, you know, he might have come out of the debate with the audience thinking, I got quite a lot of claps, or quite a lot of boos for Nigel Farage, at least at the beginning, which, you know, Nigel Farage made mention of. But actually on this, he's doing worse in terms of popularity.
But look at this, 92,000 tweets about David Cameron. He wasn't even there, so people want to know why he wasn't there.
I think they want to see someone defend their record, don't they?
OK, the summary graph, we know, look, over 500,000 tweets there sent out. This is different, the word cloud. I've already seen words on here which weren't there last time. This one has caught my eye. Audience, lots and lots of chatter about the audience tonight. What happened?
Well, I mean, absolutely people were talking about that because there was all the sort of accusations from Nigel Farage. I mean, he turned on the audience. That was probably the most shocking moment of the debate because you don't see that kind of thing happening. It's not a very good idea to turn on your audience when you're trying to win them over in a debate.